What's up, folks? I'm Dwayne, and this is Blackboard Gaming, where I teach you about all these great board games that are out there, waiting to be played by you and yours.
I'm a simple man, don't wanna complication.
Hey, everybody. I'm here to give you a heads up on a game that's currently on Kickstarter, and that's this game right here, Leaf. Leaf is designed by Tim Eisner and published by Weird City Games. Let's go to the table for an overview of what this game is all about. Leaf is a leaf placement action selection game for 1 to 4 players where the players embody the spirit of the wind. To set up the game, we will first place the leaf board at the top of the play area. Now, keep in mind that this is a prototype version of the game. Then we would take these different types of leaves. There are 6 different types, and they come in 5 different colors. And we will shuffle each type of leaf separately and place them in their designated spot on the leaf board, to the point where each color is visible with one color appearing twice. Next, we would take this deck of leaf cards and give them a good shuffle and place them in their designated spot on the leaf board. Next, we would take the animal board and place it directly to the right of the leaf board, making sure it's on the side based on the number of players. So this is the 2-player side. And as you can see here, there's a space on the animal board where you could discard played leaf cards. We would take this deck of animal cards, after giving them a good shuffle, place them in their designated spot, and then reveal 5 animals face up for display. We would create a supply of sun tokens as well as a supply of acorn tokens, place them in their designated spot, and then off to the side we will place these -3 acorn tokens. And then we would put this season track marker on the season track. Next, we would take this tree board and place it directly to the left of the leaf board. And then each player is going to get a player board. They're also going to get 3 cards dealt to them from the leaf deck, 15 mushroom tokens, as well as a little squirrel meeple. And they're going to place their little squirrel meeple at the bottom of the tree board where it says start. The last thing we would do is take the 2 starting leaves and place them in the play area beneath those 3 boards. And this play area would be known as the forest floor. And then the last person who touched the tree will be chosen as the start player, and then the game can begin. So in Leaf, the object of the game is to score the most points. And there are a few ways to score points, which I'll get into in a little bit. But on a player's turn, they're going to play one of their leaf cards out in front of them, and then they're going to grab that matching leaf from the leaf board and place it out onto the forest floor, and then they're going to gain actions for every tip of already placed leaves out on the forest floor. So, for example, I decide to play this sweet gum. I play that in front of me, and then I grab that matching leaf from the leaf board and place it out onto the forest floor. So I place it like that, and then for every tip, I will gain actions. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And those actions I could take are based on the color of the leaves that the leaf I place is touching. And there are 5 different colors in the game. So let's go over what those actions are. So I touch this green leaf twice, so I will be able to draw 2 forest cards from the deck and place it into my hand. This orange leaf, I've touched it twice, so the action I would take with that, it would allow me to take an animal card for each tip that my newly placed leaf touches. So I'll be able to get 2 animal cards and place them into the area above my player board, and that is known as my forest. And then this will not refill until the end of my turn. So let's say the leaf I place touches one of these yellow leaves that's on the forest floor. So for each tip that my leaf touches, I will gain a sun token. And what these sun tokens do is, on a player's turn, they could do this once. They would return 3 of these sun tokens back to the supply to advance this season tracker 1 space. And then they would gain a reward on that spot. So this spot, I would get 6 acorns. And acorns are worth 1 point at the end of the game. So you definitely want to get a bunch of those. Oh, I forgot to mention, these -3 acorns, if ever at the beginning of your turn you don't have a leaf card to play out, then you would get one of these. And these are worth, you guessed it, -3 points. And then you would draw 2 forest cards. If the leaf I place out touches a brown leaf that's out on the forest floor, so for every tip that I touch, I'll be able to move my little squirrely up this tree 1 spot. And I will gain rewards from that. So as you can see, I could gain sun tokens, acorns, I can get forest cards or animal cards. And that will help me score some points. When I place a leaf out onto the forest floor and it's touching the tips of a red leaf, for every tip, I'm able to grow a mushroom out on the forest floor. So I would take one of my baby mushrooms and place it onto any leaf that doesn't already have one of my mushrooms, or I could turn a baby mushroom into a grown mushroom. Now there are a couple other ways to place mushrooms out onto the forest floor. So this ginkgo, as you can see, this doesn't have as many tips as the other leaves. So whenever a player places a ginkgo out, it automatically comes with one of their baby mushrooms. The other way is, like I said, when I played this leaf out, I played this card. If I have another card of that type, I can discard that card to put that leaf in play with one of my baby mushrooms. So let's say I did that. So now I get to grow the grow mushroom action. So I could grow this mushroom to a grown mushroom, and then I could place a baby mushroom here. Now I could have placed that here, but I placed it here to show you that whenever you place leaves out and that leaf is touching a leaf with another player's mushroom, if that player has the largest mushroom on that leaf, then he's going to gain one of these sun tokens. So let's say he had a mushroom here. Now he's going to gain 2 sun tokens because he has the largest mushroom here, and he has the largest mushroom here because there's no other mushroom in competition. But if I had this mushroom here, then he will only get 1 sun token. Whenever the season marker crosses this line, that's going to trigger a frost. And then each player is going to take their largest group of animals that's in their forest, and they're going to place it into their den. So they're going to take it from the top of their player board and put it underneath their player board. And of course, this is going to happen again. When it crosses this line down here, then winter has started. And that triggers the end of the game. Each player is going to make sure they have the same number of turns, and then they're going to take their largest group of animals and place it into their den. Once the game has ended, the players can count up their points. They're going to gain points for each set of animals that they have in their den. They're not going to gain points for the ones still in the forest. They're going to gain 1 point for each acorn that they have. They're going to gain points for the acorns that's on their animal. Doesn't matter if they're in the den or in the forest. They're going to gain a point for each set of sun tokens and or leaf cards that they still have in their possession. Then we'll look at the tree board, and whoever got the highest up the tree board is going to score 6 points. Whoever got second highest is going to score 3 points. The players will also gain points for each group of fully grown mushrooms that are on leaves with connected tips. And then once everybody has counted up their points, whoever has the most points will be the winner of Leaf. So there you have it, Leaf. Now, the first thing I want to say about this game is even though it's only in prototype form, I find the aesthetics of this game beautiful and inviting. Like, fall is my favorite time of year. And one of the things I love about fall is how the trees change color and the leaves fall to the ground. Now, once they hit the ground, I have to rake them up, so I'm not a fan of that. But everything up to that, it's just such a surreal. It shows that life is constantly moving forward and changing. And so when you're in this game, you embody the spirit of the wind. And you're guiding these leaves in such a way, you're creating this mosaic of leaves out onto the forest floor. Now it will start taking up some space. So I hope they make the leaves just a little bit smaller. But other than that, I have no issues with the aesthetics of this game. Now I first heard about this game at Gen Con. They were demoing it at Gen Con. I didn't get a chance to go over there and check it out. But the designer, Tim Eisner, has designed two other games that I really enjoyed. The first one I enjoyed with my wife, and that's Canopy, where you're building up the rainforest in South America. And the second one is a game that I played with my game group, and I didn't think I was going to really enjoy it because it's a dudes on the map. And that game, Wonderland's War, ended up being one of my favorite games of 2022. So this game is really not complex, but it has a bunch of different mechanics. You have a set collection where you're gathering the animals into your den and you're scoring points for the number of animals you have in that group. There's area majority where you're, placing mushrooms out on the leaves, and then you score points for your grown mushrooms that are connected to other leaves with your mushrooms. Also you're collecting acorns and you score a point for each of the acorns. And then you had this little side race of your little squirrels running up this tree. And then whoever gets up to whoever's furthest on this tree scores points, and then the second place actually gets points. Now, I only played this game at 2-player. And I'm interested to see how I would fare at 4 players, 3 or 4 player. But I really enjoyed the experience of this game. That's what I like mostly about it. It's not a complex game, but it's just the experience. I could see playing this game on a nice fall, relaxing fall day, drinking some pumpkin tea or some just any kind of tea for that matter. Eating some warm apple pie. Just something fall. And this game just really just brings that in. Like I said, I love the fall. So when all is said and done, I like this game. Not easy to set up, easy to just pull out, play it, and just introduce it to people who are new to gaming. Now, like I said, this game is currently on Kickstarter. I think it runs till October 20th. I will leave a link in the description below so you can go check it out. But if you like relaxing games and you like, games that, take that next step in making the aesthetics just really fit the game. Like I said, it could have easily just been tiles, but it's leaves, and it's different types of leaves. And, definitely go check this game out. If you like the contents of this video, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe. You can follow. I have a presence on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And like I said, Leaf, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm Dwayne. This has been Blackboard Gaming, and I will see you next time.